Welcome to Six Rings and Counting. I'm your host, Corey Idle, and joining me, as always, the man, the myth, your football prophet himself, Mr. Lou Willard. Lou, what's
What's
happening?
up, everybody? Oh, just out here on location today. I'm on location out here looking at some players that Pittsburgh potentially can draft.
Always
Just I'm on
working,
the scene trying to help them out.
always working, and that's why they keep me
Eventually,
in the same studio all the time.
eventually, they're going to have to put me on the payroll because I can't keep giving them this information and not getting paid for
You know that's right. And as
it.
as as your self-appointed agent, I will be taking 10%.
That's okay. I'll give it to you. So I was going to give you 15, but if all you want is 10, this is being recorded.
I'm not greedy.
Save
I'm not
myself
greedy.
5%. Save
See if
myself 5%.
if I was in my suit, I would have pushed for 20, but I'm dressed casual. We're keeping it at 10.
Shoot.
Anyway, we are back to discuss the free agents coming into this season. Once again, we started off with our top 100. We did 100 through 75 on our last show. This time, it only makes sense to do 74 through 50.
There you go.
I don't know what else to say. So math out of the way, let's start talking free agents. We discussed them last time. This is important to know. The list is, of course, fluctuating based on people getting signed. So if guys get removed from this list, you might hear a name repeated once or twice. Like this first one we're going to mention at number 74, defensive lineman Jaron Reed, Seattle Seahawks.
Yep, we talked about him on the last show, but it's all going to depend on what Seattle needs. Pittsburgh can definitely use a lineman. If he's down here, then he could be affordable, but we'll just have to play it by ear. But we discussed him on the last show, so we're not going to spend a lot of time on him.
Yeah, I'll just reiterate kind of speaking points real fast. My only concern with him is he's more of a pass rusher than he is a run stuffer, which means he's a little smaller. Not a great fit for what Pittsburgh needs schematically.
We need a run stuffer.
Enough said. Number 73 on the list, cornerback Jonathan Jones from the New England Patriots.
I actually don't know too much about him. Honestly, I know New England had a solid defense. What they need is weapons in New England. They like Pittsburgh. They need offensive weapons. Their defense will keep them in the game. It's very rare that they get blown out, and it's because of their defense. It's the same thing with Pittsburgh. You rarely get blown out because of your defense. But Pittsburgh, if they're not going to bring back Jackson, they are going to need a corner. Who's that corner going to be? We talked about Corey Trice. You hear Corey Trice's name mentioned a lot throughout these shows.
Yep.
Because we think he can be that second corner. If nothing else, he can go to the slot. And if he's going to go to the slot, then we need a second corner. What's this guy's price look like? Again, like we talked about, and we'll say it every show. Every one of these guys, I don't care what number they are, think they're number one. And they're going to want paid, not like top corner money in the league, but they're going to want their fair share. So, Pittsburgh should be somewhere about 60 million under the cap, which we'll say that every show too. And so they have room to sign him. It's just, does he fit there? Does he play man? Does he play zone? That's going to be the case with all these guys. Are they a 3-4 tackle or a 4-3 tackle? You know what I mean?
Right.
So you got to fit the scheme that Pittsburgh wants to play. So what does he play? Because Pittsburgh wants to play predominantly a zone. So if he's more of a man corner, he might not fit because he might keep running out of zone to chase people.
Right.
Pittsburgh's going to more man now that they have Austin as the DC. They switched that up over the last couple of years, but so they play a nice little mix. But before they were all zone. When the Patriots used to beat them all the time, they were all zone and Brady pick them apart.
Yep.
So they switched that up a little bit. So we'll see. I mean, if he could be a fit.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's a good mix. He's a physical cornerback. He is older. I think he's over 30. I think maybe 32, going on 33. I could be wrong. He's had some injuries, and I think one of the more important parts is back in the day, he was a ball hawk, and now I don't think he's had an interception in over 2 years.
Yeah, okay. Well,
it just shows a decline in I don't want to say ability,
age,
but yeah, just age.
age. You know, you can't. Now he's still chasing around young boys,
Yep.
and you in your early 30s, that could be rough. But if he could be a guy to come off the bench and play in that dime package for you or nickel package for you, and you get him on the cheap, then
Hmm.
you never know. It could work out.
Here's an interesting one for you at 72, Lou. Guard Aaron Banks, San Francisco 49ers. This dude was a second round pick. He's just getting
Mhm.
out of his 4-year rookie deal. Had a little bit of injury, nothing major though. And apparently, I haven't watched any tape on the guy. I'm on the East Coast. I don't watch the 49ers much. But from everything I have read and heard, dude can pull. He is an excellent guard in the running game.
Well, you can't play on the line for the 49ers unless you can run block.
Facts.
That's the bottom line. And so I think he's a great fit, but you have to figure out where you're going to put him
Right.
because I think Pittsburgh, their line was terrible. Their tackles graded out as the worst in the league as a
Hmm.
tandem, but their interior line was good.
Hmm.
So if you bring him in, do you push somebody out to tackle? Because you still get Fontenot back too. He's going to be
Yep.
your that kid can play. He just
Oh
got
yeah.
hurt. McCormick can play. Frazier can play. Broderick Jones is up and down, but maybe a little competition get him going. I, Dan Moore showed who Dan Moore was. So, but
Hmm.
he's a tackle. This guy's a guard. So, does he have the feet to move the tackle? I don't know. I would think if he did, they would have already moved him to tackle. But they also had Trent Williams, one
Right.
of the greatest tackles to ever play the game. He's a Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer. I mean, we're talking to Anthony Munoz talent.
Hmm.
This dude was good. So you ain't taking his spot. But in order to play on the 49ers, you have to be a road grinder. So if you heck yeah, when you getting him off that rookie deal, if you got some money to sign him, which Pittsburgh does, bring
Hmm.
him right on over and plug him in somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, if he's better, he's better.
If he better, he's better. Yeah, this is about winning and losing.
That's it.
You check your feelings over at that door.
That's it. Every time.
Yeah, this is about winning and losing, not personal.
I am about it. Number 71 on our list, edge rusher Dennis Gardeck, Arizona Cardinals. We've discussed edge before.
Yeah, don't need one.
No, and I mean, let's just look. I'm going to keep it a buck. We're not going to. We just said check your feelings at the door. Dude tore his ACL in week 7. He's
Oh,
entering his
yeah,
30s. We're good.
yeah,
Moving
don't
on.
need it.
Another one to skip, but would be an interesting backup that I think you might be able to get cheaply or on the cheap if you wanted. Number 70 on our list, edge rusher Matthew Judon, Atlanta Falcons and New England Patriots.
How old is he?
He's in his 30s, like 31, 32.
But do you think he would still want too much money? Because we're
That's
talking
what I'm
about a
saying.
dude that could play. Like
Hmm.
he's a good player.
Oh, he'll start. If he
See,
goes
that's what
somewhere other than Pittsburgh, he will start.
that's what I'm saying. So he's not coming
Right.
because
But
he's going to somebody's going to give him starter money,
yeah.
and he's going and even if he was willing to take some type of discount, he's going to want to start. You're not starting over Water Highsmith.
No.
I mean, Nate Herbie could start on 30 teams, and
Yep.
he comes off the bench. And this guy would want to come in and start, and justifiably so, because he's a starter.
Oh yeah.
Unless he realizes that, hey, I might be on the back end. Let me sign a 2-year deal, get with somebody, try to win a ring. But is that Pittsburgh? Because he don't know who their quarterback is. None of us
Yep.
do. The only people know who the quarterback is for the Pittsburgh Steelers right now is Mike Tomlin and Omar Khan.
Hmm.
And Art Rooney. Mr. Rooney knows. That's it. All of us are just speculating. Those are the only 3 that know, and they know.
Oh yeah.
But they're not
Even
obligated.
God grabbed a box of popcorn and is waiting to see how this one turns out.
Yeah, because they're not obligated to tell us a damn thing.
No. And if you
It's their
listen to
team.
If you listen to Omar's press conference yesterday, he's not telling us anything.
No, he's not going to.
Nothing.
Nor should he. Because that keeps our show interesting, gives us something to talk about.
And it keeps the
And then
haters
that
off
gives
his
us
back for a week.
and it gives us more content to talk about when he does tell us who it is when that final roster got to be out.
That's it.
But yeah, I think Judon's a hell of a player still. He's a good
Mhm.
player. I just think he's going to command too much money, and I think he's
Yeah.
going to want to start. And he just can't start in Pittsburgh.
And that's going to be, I think, what we run into as we just move further up this list naturally. You're dealing with starters here.
Yeah.
These are the top 100.
Oh yeah.
Like, these guys are all going to command some sort of payday
Oh,
by and
yeah.
large, unless they either one, want to play for Tomlin, like Lou said, everybody says, or two, they think Pittsburgh's their best chance to win a championship over the course of their next contract.
Yeah.
Those are the only
That's
other
really
two
it.
ways you're getting them.
Yep.
69 on our list. Tight end, Jedrick Willis, Cleveland, or tight end. Jeez, Corey.
Yeah, tackle.
Tackle, Jedrick Willis, Cleveland Browns.
Here's the thing with this kid. I believe he was their first round pick, right?
Mhm.
He's top 10 pick, is if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. I mean, it's
And
Cleveland.
he's
Of
not.
course he was.
Well, yeah, if he had picked him, but he hasn't lived up to his expectation.
No.
You have to ask yourself why. Could it just be Cleveland, or could he just not be a top 10 pick? So he's a guy that you should be able to get at an affordable price. And Pittsburgh desperately needs a left tackle. What
Mhm.
I'm looking for him to do, though, is flip Jones. I think Broderick Jones has struggled so bad because he's always been a left tackle, and Pittsburgh got him starting on the right side.
Yep.
That makes a huge difference. But now that they have Fountain, though, they can stick him out there at the right tackle
Yep.
or guard. I can get them mixed up, but you know what I mean. They can put Broderick Jones back where he belonged on the left side. So
Yep.
you may not need this guy, but you can always use a good backup. But he's not a backup. This guy is clearly. I think he just needs to change the scenery wherever he goes because
Oh,
you stuck him in Cleveland. I'm gonna give every Brown on this list the benefit of the doubt.
that's
Go
it.
to a different team and see what happens.
That's it. Look. There are two things on this list that I am looking at. If you're a Bill Belichick era Patriot, you will probably fit well on a Pittsburgh defense. Not necessarily the
Yeah,
offense, but on the defense, you are going to fit
yeah,
very well because you can play any position. Those are the two staples of these teams and these coaches. Is a plug and play kind of player. But the other thing is, if you're a Cleveland Brown, I gotta give you a little bit of leeway, man. Like,
that's saying, man. Look, I'm telling you, give you a little bit of
mhm,
leeway, and because you've been on the Browns, man.
that's it, dude. For all we know, Jedrick Wills had a sister who's a masseuse, and he's like, I ain't blocking for this piece of shit. Damn my numbers.
Then he better stay off of the Ravens.
You know that's right.
Yeah,
My goodness. All right. Number 68. He moved up our list a little bit here. We talked about him, I believe, yesterday, but he's skyrocketed up the list like a new Kendrick Lamar song. Safety, Justin Simmons, Atlanta Falcons. Again, Lou, we talked about this yesterday. That's all hinges on Mika Fitzpatrick, correct?
yeah, because this guy's gonna get paid,
Well,
but
fact. He's a starter, 100%.
he's also entering his 10th year too. So if he's going to command the kind of money Mika is, then you might as well just keep Mika
That was an on
and let
purpose
him
slip,
play.
wasn't it? You just called him
Yeah,
the Fink.
Finka.
Oh, dirty.
but yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do that, because Pittsburgh could definitely use him, but
Mm-hmm.
you can't afford him. Not with everything, and there's the broken record. Not with everything we need on the other side of the ball. We just simply can't afford the guy unless we move Minka and get some draft capital back. And then you can approach this guy and get him, but you're only going to have him for the same amount of time that you would have had Minka for left anyway.
Correct.
So you're going to go big time safety, go young big time safety. And who's that guy? I don't know. We haven't got to him on the list yet. If he's on the list, he may not even be available.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
I don't
I
think he
can't name
is.
him. I can't name the guy. So I don't know.
No.
But that's why we're going up the list. He might come across. I don't know. But yeah, I
We
just don't think we can afford this guy.
The next guy on the list, I don't think we will have really any interest in signing. We don't need him. We've talked about him, but he deserves enough
Yeah,
respect to get 2 minutes of our time, or 30 seconds anyway.
yeah,
Linebacker at 67, Levante David, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Look, this is a Hall of Fame caliber linebacker that
yeah. He
almost
really
seems to
is.
be nobody talks about every year. He's just
Yep,
consistently good. I hope he
yep.
gets paid one last time before he retires. I hope he gets another chance at his championship.
And the thing is, he is a guy that might want to just come and play for Pittsburgh and see what happens and play on a 1 year, $8 million deal or something like that, and make us last a little bit of money and try to put together a run. But I can see him signing with the Chiefs, or
Mm,
the up and coming team is the Chargers,
yep.
or Houston. But Houston is loaded. That defense is loaded. But I can see him, because the Chargers got a lot of stuff they got to fix. But
Yeah.
as much as I do not like Harbaugh, Food can coach.
Oh,
But
yeah.
this is a guy that I could easily see signing with Baltimore, Pittsburgh, or even Cincinnati, because Cincinnati needs help at the linebacker position too.
Hmm.
So he's going to want to go to somebody that has a chance to win. Buffalo, he's not just going to go play for it. I'll be shocked if he signs with the Saints, the Browns,
Oh, yeah. No.
one of the. Why would you? Why would you? Because, like you said, he's a Hall of Fame caliber player.
Yep. I'll tell you the pick I see him going to, if the Eagles lose Zach Bond in free agency, that's where Levante David goes.
He very well could, even if they keep him, because that the kid isn't that the kid that got hurt and missed the Super
Uh,
Bowl tours.
no, no, no. He was in.
Oh, was he? Okay, I
Yep.
know they lost one of their linebackers, so he may still go there because they lost one of their linebackers.
Hmm.
And he didn't play in the Super Bowl. He tore his tears Achilles. He tore something and
Yep.
missed half of the championship game and completely, obviously, the Super Bowl. But yeah, he's going to play somewhere to win. It could be the Washington Commanders,
Hmm. That would be a
but
good
he's
pick
going
too.
somewhere where they can win.
Yep. 100% agree. Number 66 on our list, cornerback, Stephon Gilmore, Minnesota Vikings. Again, for me, Lou, it's a former Patriot.
Yeah,
He is older. He does play a lot of zone scheme. That is his favorite or his most comfortable area. I don't know.
he's
He's
a,
not a bad pick if you put him back there with Joey Porter Jr.
he's not, but I don't think he had a great year, did he? Or maybe I'm wrong.
No, he didn't.
See, and he's in his 30s. I just think there's too much out there that you can draft and coach
Yep.
up. There's guys we've already passed on this list that's younger and have good potential.
Hmm.
So unless you feel like you need a coach in the cornerback room to go with the cornerback coach, you need a player coach type. I
Yep.
would pass on him. If you feel like you need a player coach, I'd pick him up on a cheap 1 year deal, team friendly 100%, or he can keep going.
Yeah, and I may be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that's what he's played on since he left New England. I think he went to the Cowboys for a little bit. He went to the
Yep.
Vikings. He's just
And
bouncing
not,
around contract to contract. So could you get him on
yeah,
the cheap? Maybe. But like Lou said, he's an elder statesman in the locker room. That's why you get him.
that's why you get him. And Pittsburgh doesn't have a bad locker room. So
No.
you don't need guys to come in and settle your locker room down. Some teams do. Some teams need guys that come in and take over their locker room and bring everybody together. That's not the
Hmm.
problem in Pittsburgh.
No, not even close. Not even close. 65 on our list. Again, linebacker, Jamian Sherwood, New York Jets. This is a
Yeah,
guy he's had injuries. He can move around more in the pass coverage area, but also, again, with the emergence of, what is it, Peyton Wilson?
yeah,
What are we talking about?
And
What
then
are we
and
talking
then
about?
Mosley's going to probably retire from the Jets, so
Hmm.
he's not leaving New York.
No.
I can't imagine them letting him get out the locker room anyway.
I mean,
But
look,
who
you'd have to
knows?
tie me down to stay in that locker room, but okay.
You talk about a locker room that needs somebody to calm them down. There's one.
Yep. Yes, sir. Number 64 on our list. Another Passover just because of the position, not because of the talent. Edge Chauncey Golston, Dallas
Yeah.
Cowboys.
Anytime you start with edge, we can keep on moving.
You said it. Good luck to you, Mr. Golston. Hope you get paid. And now the conversation starts to leak back towards Pittsburgh. 63 on our list. Guard Patrick McCarry, Baltimore Ravens. Pretty
This
good.
dude is listed as a guard, but like we've said, he's played over 500 snaps at both tackle spots too. He's a good football player. So
Yeah.
guess what he's not doing? Getting out of Baltimore. So there you go. That would love to have him. Love to have him. Because he's going to walk on Pittsburgh's team and take somebody's spot.
Oh, yeah. How great would
So
it be, though, if Omar could snag Patrick Queen and now McCarry in back-to-back seasons from Baltimore?
oh, it'd be awesome. But I can't see Baltimore letting this guy go. If
No.
they do, I'll be shocked. And if they do, I hope he comes to Pittsburgh. But he ain't. I don't think he's getting out of that locker room.
No. What kind of contract would you see a guy like him getting?
Are you going to play him at guard or tackle?
Let's say
'Cause there's
guard, and
different.
then I might have to push him around, but we're going to pay him like a guard.
Oh man, I don't have his personal numbers in front of me to know how old he is and stuff, but
Sure.
it depends on how old he is too. But he's looking at least a 4 to 5 year deal. Um, and if he's going to be your starting left tackle, that's going to command some money because those dudes get paid. If
Yep.
he's going to be a guard, if say if you're going to give him, I don't know, $60 million to play tackle, eighty
Mhm.
million dollars to play tackle on 5 years or whatever. You're going to give him 55 to 60 to play guard because he's just moving in a spot, and they
Right.
just don't get the money that the tackles get. But it's what position you're going to play him. How are you relying on him? Is it left tackle or right tackle?
Right.
Those two make a difference, especially based on if your quarterback is left-handed or right-handed, which people still argue with me about that. I don't understand why your best tackle goes to the blind side of the quarterback. I
Yeah.
mean, we're not building bombs. Try to get somebody killed out there. But yeah, so that's all it would depend on. But he's going to get paid, and he should. He's a
Mhm.
guard and still playing both tackle spots.
Yep. And will
He's
probably
the top,
get paid as a
you know,
tackle. And he's 27 to answer your question. So, dude's going to get paid.
he's going to get paid. If he's 27, I'm giving him 5 or 6 years. I'm gonna give him at least offer him at least a 5 year deal.
Yep.
And then it just depends on where I plan to play him at. Because if I'm giving him 5 years, you walking right in and starting. So like if he comes to Pittsburgh, he's going to right tackle because I'm giving Broderick Jones one more chance to play left tackle. Because
That's it.
Pittsburgh's interior line is fine, you
Yeah.
know. So, he's either going to take Broderick Jones' spot or he's not. That's just the bottom line. And he will at that money.
Oh, 100%. Not even a
Yeah, at that
question.
money. He will.
62 passing over once again. Edge rusher Dante Fowler Jr., Washington Commanders. Hope you get paid, boss.
But this is why I would consider him. We let Preston Smith go. So if he wants to come in on that 1 year deal like Preston Smith got traded for, so he didn't have a choice.
Sure.
But if we said, I mean, you want to come in here, you're gonna run out there when Herbie runs
Mhm.
out and you run out and we bring off Highsmith and Watt. Because we do need one. And this dude, because he still got a little ball left in him. Because what's he gonna play? 15 snaps,
Yeah.
20 snaps. That's it. He's playing no more than 20, 15, 20 snaps. So if you can get him to do that 1 year deal on the cheap, I would like to get him because he got a little ball left in him. But when you say edge, you struggling on the Steelers.
Hmm.
The next one's
Especially as we
very
move up.
interesting.
The next one is, yeah, we're going to have a conversation about this dude. 61 on our list, running back J.K. Dobbins, Los Angeles Chargers.
And everybody like, here come the homer in him. Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah. Because I would absolutely try to sign him. I know his injury history, but I
Mhm.
know the dude can play because he's not going to be our starter again. Was he getting 8 carries? But
Yeah.
what he can do with those 8 carries is production. He can catch the ball. He is a poor man's Jalen Warren, basically. Because Jalen
Mhm.
Warren's going to be a star. You know who Jalen Warren's going to be next year? He's going to be Chase Brown from the Bengals. Dude broke all
Yeah.
the way out when they got the backfield empty and it was just him. He
Yep.
won me a fantasy football championship. You know he
Here
did.
we go. Here
No, I'm
we
just
go.
saying. I'm just saying he won me a fantasy football championship. But and I think Jalen Warren can have that same type of breakout season. So what you need is just somebody to be behind him.
Yep.
And JK can't be your bell cow because he can't, he always gets hurt. You just have bad luck. But you seen what he was doing with the Chargers when
Mhm.
he had to be the bell cow. He was mad producing,
Yep.
mad producing. So if you can get him, and he's not going to command a lot of money because he
No.
can't. Because what
That
leg does he have to stand on? You always hurt.
literally.
You always hurt. So he'd be a good addition. He's not a bad guy, you know,
Oh,
not a
no.
bad guy.
No, he'd be a
It's
great.
good. He's a good human.
He's fast. I mean, in spite of the 2 injuries, he's still got speed. He's developed some more power to him.
Mhm.
He's a great backup. Great
And
backup. And
he's a really good pass blocker.
yep, and he's younger than the Aaron Joneses of the world,
Mhm.
who he can come in and play and maybe sign a longer contract after he works through his 1-year deal.
Yeah. So he's a guy
Num
I would definitely consider.
100%. Number 60 on our list. Again, interior lineman guard Brandon Sheriff, Jacksonville Jaguars.
He's hurt too much.
Yep, totally agree. If we're talking guards, it has to be of the Macari kind, young,
Yeah.
can play multiple positions, and is just a dog. And just
Unfortunately, yeah, that guy's just been hurt for the last 3 years. So it's unfortunate for him. But
yep,
so hopefully he has some good guaranteed money.
yep. This guy might fill in as your backup role, Lou. Number 59, a linebacker, Ernest Jones, Seattle Seahawks. Not saying he is a backup. He is starter potential, obviously. But if he wanted to take a little bit of a deal, he'd be a nice fill in should anything happen in the middle of our linebacking core.
Yeah, he's been traded a couple times as I go back over his information. So
Hmm.
why is that? He's been traded 3 times, been on 3 teams.
Yep.
So what's going on? Is it an attitude problem? Is it a fit? Or so that's the first thing I would have to look at. Why did you go from the Rams to the Titans to the Seahawks all in basically a year?
Yeah.
That's we got to figure that out. Are you a problem? Because a lot of people can play and they problems.
Hmm.
Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, the kid we just tried, I forgot his name. Number 18, Deontay Johnson, who's not
Oh,
even on
yeah.
the team now. You can't. That's not going to work in Pittsburgh.
Nope.
Yeah, so I don't know. I might have to pass on him.
Do you think Pittsburgh, like towards the end of players' careers and for the Patriots, I remember this specifically during the Belichick era, players towards the end of their careers would come in and sign with the Patriots trying to get that one last kind of
Yeah.
deal with a really good team.
Mhm.
And they either washed out because they couldn't learn the playbook or couldn't whatever, and they just were ditched off the team.
A
Or
lot of them just couldn't handle Belichick's requirements.
exactly. Or they made the team and they ended up having really good seasons and kind of a resurgence. For any of these veterans, do you see them looking at Pittsburgh like that, or is the lack of just that constant champion contender gone away and people are more looking at Kansas City?
Oh, they're definitely looking at Kansas City.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't, especially this year. I don't know how much they're going to look at Pittsburgh because who's your quarterback? I
that's
know it's the same story, but you don't have a quarterback, you're not winning.
no.
I mean, if we've heard everybody, we've heard Fields. We haven't heard Russ, so we believe Russ is gone. But we've heard Fields, Aaron Rodgers. What?
Yeah.
We've heard Sam Darnold. Wait a minute. What? Which one of them are a better option going forward than Justin Fields, who's only 26 years old? And he did nothing to lose the job. He lost the job because of a promise Mike Tomlin made to Russell Wilson. That's
Yep.
why he lost that job.
Yep. And that promise
That's
was made before Justin even showed up, if I remember correctly.
it. Yeah, he got signed like 2 days after Russell Wilson did, and
Yep.
it was already a done deal.
Yep.
Already a done deal. And then he was the victim of too. If he played so many snaps, Pittsburgh's draft choice in the trade to Chicago went up by 2 rounds.
Hmm.
So he wasn't playing. But I am truly convinced that he's going to be the quarterback next year. So if you want some of these guys, you got to let them know who the hell going to be quarterbacking. Like you just get it out of the way.
Yep.
Because what do you need 100% truly drop back pass blocking tackle for if you got a quarterback that's running like he running? You need run blockers that can pass block. You don't need pass blockers that are just decent in the run game.
Yep.
If that makes sense. See, all this stuff goes into
100%.
who you signing. You need possession receivers. You
Hmm.
still need your deep threat, but you need to bring in a Cooper Cup because you know he can count on him to be where he's supposed to be. Why we deal with the knucklehead out there, number 14, and why we get Calvin Austin and hopefully Roman Wilson pans out.
Yep.
But it all depends on who's quarterbacking. You bring Aaron Rodgers in, you don't need anybody that can really run block. I mean, they have to run block, but you need tackles because he can't move.
Oh, 100%.
And you better have precise route runners, or he going to be on the sideline crying and yelling at everybody. Might want to see that
100%.
shit. So, but anyway, that we just skipped over. I mean, kid, but you know what I'm saying.
100%,
I
dude.
went off on a tangent.
58, you're known to do that sometimes. 58, tackle Morgan Moses, New York Jets.
He's already, this will be his 12th season.
Yep.
So we got young guys that can get it done, though. You bring him in, he's a 1 year guy, and then who you letting go of?
Dan Moore.
Well, yeah, he's gone, but you got the guys. Put Fat now over there on the right,
Yep.
bring Jones to the left, and you can maybe bring him in as a backup to him
Oh,
and
yeah,
coach
yeah,
him
yeah,
up.
yeah. No, he's not starting. But let's say
Yeah,
Broderick Jones doesn't work out. Let's just say we've got the best out of Broderick we've got. Well, I
yeah,
would love to have a Morgan Moses coming in and replacing him if that's what
yeah.
had to happen. That's all I'm
But
saying.
you would hope that Broderick can get you at least 7 games before he fell apart, because this
Oh,
guy
yeah,
can't get you. He's not going to be able to play 20, and the
that's fair.
object is to play 20, not your 17. You want to play 20
That is
and get
fair.
that Super Bowl, and that's just going to be too much on him. Going to be too much on him.
That is a very fair argument. We're going to move a little bit quicker here as we're running out of time. 57, safety, Trayvon Morig, Las Vegas Raiders. We've already discussed the Mika factor. Out of the way.
And he's going to be too expensive anyway. Yeah.
56, edge rusher DeMarcus Lawrence, Dallas Cowboys. He's starting no matter where he goes. Am I right?
No matter where he goes. Yep.
So he's not coming here. 55, safety Harrison Smith, Minnesota Vikings.
He's
He's
35
35.
years old.
Yep. 54, we basically got the same thing here. He's 40 years old. At
Yeah.
54, defensive lineman Calais Campbell, great player. We already got Cam Hayward. We don't need that.
Yeah.
This is an interesting one, and I think we could get him. 53 on our list, defensive tackle BJ Hill, Cincinnati Bengals.
It's are these unrestricted free agents?
I believe so,
Or
yes.
okay, but I'll say, because if he's restricted, there's no way they're letting him walk across to the division rival.
Oh, yeah, no.
But if we can get him, it would be good. But as cheap as Mike Brown is, I still don't think they're going to get him out of there. But they have to give. They've already said they're making Chase Brown the highest paid receiver, highest paid player in the league outside of quarterback.
Yep.
Non-quarterback. So will they have money left for him? If they don't, will Pittsburgh have money for him? The answer is yes, but you can't spend it. We need offensive guys.
Right.
But Pittsburgh being Pittsburgh, look for him to get him. If he's unrestricted, look for Pittsburgh to get him or put an offer in for him anyway. Have him out to the facilities and see what happens. Because he
Oh,
may
yeah.
not be a he these when we talk about these D linemen, and I know we're getting long, so I'm gonna speed up, but they got to be able to run that 3-4 scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can't do it. Everybody can't do it. So if he can, then he's a fit. If he can't, it's a wrap.
No, totally agree. I would like to see them at least interview him just to make the Bengals buttholes pucker just a little bit.
Mike Brown wouldn't care. He'd be like, hey, sign him. Y'all saving me some money. I can get off on the cheap.
You know that's right. Mike Brown don't give a damn. Number
No.
52 on our list, edge rusher. Oh man, they just put this in here to mess with me. Azeez Ojulari. Not bad. New York Giants.
Starts with edge, so we're moving on.
You said it. 51, safety, Justin Reed, Kansas City Chiefs. It's the Mika of it all, and why would he leave?
Look, I'm taking a deal with the Chiefs because until somebody beat them, 50's interesting. And here they come with the homer stuff again.
Yep.
But that's okay.
At 50,
But
edge rusher, Chase Young, New Orleans Saints.
you talk about a dude that you can get on a great deal because he has
Mhm.
not lived up to the hype. It's this one.
He's
If
got a
you don't need
terrible reputation.
what has he done?
He just
He's done.
look, this is all I've heard. I am not saying this is true. I have never met the man. No idea what he is like. All I have heard though is that no matter what play is called, he's running his own play.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. So
That's
therefore, as much as I like to sign Buckeyes, he's not going to work in Pittsburgh if that's his reputation.
right. And this is
But
a type of player though where I think Mike Tomlin does make that difference. Because if you
that's what I
come
was
in
getting
and you
ready to
show
say.
your ass to Mike, look at
Just send
everybody
you out
else
the
that's
door.
left. Yeah. They don't do
And the
anything
thing,
when they leave.
and you can get him dirt cheap because of that reputation and because he hasn't had the most production. But when he was on Washington, they weren't good. That's not Washington now. The Saints were no good.
Yep.
You know, the 49ers, he held his own, but he didn't put up the numbers they were looking for him to get, but he held his spot. So if he can come in and want to be coachable and follow the rules, then you could get him cheap. You really can. And then it would be a good fit. Like you said, the knock on him is he wants to run his own play, not that he's in your locker room messing stuff up. And that's a big difference. If you in the locker room causing problems, you just got to go. I don't give a damn what team you on. You should just be gone because
That's it.
everybody got to be paddling the same way up the stream.
Yep.
But so he's being interesting.
No, it's going to be very interesting this whole offseason as we get more into this list, guys. And I know we're running long. We appreciate you putting up with us. But I think you would agree, football fans, as we get into this list, FYI, Najee Harris starts off our next show at 49. That'll take up some time. This is going to be the way that goes. The conversations are going to have to be discussed. And I don't think you're going to find another show out there getting that in depth on the Pittsburgh Steelers and what the true needs of this team are.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that being said, stick with us. We'll be back next time with our 49 through 25 as we start to round out the free agents. And of course,
Getting serious.
any more Steelers news comes our way, it'll be coming your way very next thing. For Mr. Lou Willard, I'm Corey Idle. We will see you next week on Six Rings and Counting.